Good morning, children. Today the topic is rational numbers. Rational numbers means these are another type of numbers like natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. So already in previous classes we have learnt about the integers, and in 6th class only we have learnt about the natural numbers and whole numbers, and in 7th class just before we have learnt about the integers. Now we are going to learn about rational numbers. So these are all same: rational numbers, fractions and decimals. So everyone are same, but they are in the different form. The numbers which are in the by form, by means one number by another number, are called as fractions. The numbers which are in the dot, point form, that are called the decimals. So these about the decimals and fractions we have learnt a lot in the 6th class. Maximum in introduction part everything is completed in 6th class only. And in 6th class you have learnt how to add the fractions, how to subtract the fractions, and how to add the decimals and how to subtract the decimals. These are all things you have learnt in 6th class only. But once I will revise a little bit, then I will forward. In 7th class we are going to learn how to multiply the fractions and decimals and how to divide the fractions and decimals. So particularly in 7th class, finally we are going to learn how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply and how to divide the fractions, as well as how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply and how to divide the decimals. So in this class, in 7th class, we are going to learn about this particularly. So finally that methods are very easy, but so we need the basic concept, exactly you want to know. To solve the real life problems, to solve the situational problems, compulsory we need to learn the basic concept. Without learning the concept, only if you learn the method also you can do the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. But basic concept if you try to understand, then you will be able to solve the daily life situations, where the problems you are facing in daily life, that problems also you can solve easily without anybody help. So for that compulsory we need the concept. That's why try to understand what the concept I am going to give on the fractions and decimals. Okay, but finally these methods are important to us. How to add, subtract, multiply, divide the fractions and decimals. So these methods are very easy, but this concept little bit confused, but try to understand. You can understand very well. I will try to make you understand well. Okay, first of all we are going to know about the fractions. In last year only we have said that. So when I am going to denote a part of a thing, then compulsory decimal or fraction will be appear. So when you are counting here, how many apples are there or how many marbles are there, then you will say, you can count and say 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we are going to add these numbers, when we are going to find out how many are there, means immediately you can count and you can denote the number, it is 4. How many are there? You can say 4. So how many are there? You can say 2. So how many are there? Nothing. Nothing means then what you will say? You will say 0. To denote all these situations we have the numbers. Suppose you borrowed something, you borrowed 2. You borrowed these, then you will say -2. You borrowed these, then you will say -3. For these all there is a situation, according to this situation you can denote the number here. Whereas if I give this, how many are there here? Then the denotation is very improper for you. So how can you denote this number? Maybe you will say in terms, in literally, in words. So 3 and something is there. So here what do you say here? 3 and something. So how do you say in the particular completely in number form? Because we are the mathematics students. So everything we need to denote with the numbers only. Without numbers you can't say. Compulsory number form is important to us. So then how do you denote this? It is 3 1 by 2. And we'll call this as 3 and half. 3 1 by 2. This type of numbers are called fractions. This type of numbers are called fractions. So 3 1 by 2, 5 by 6, 8 by 3, 9 by 12. When you are writing the numbers in this form, a number by another number, above number we will call that as numerator, and below number we will call that as denominator. So a number by another number, if you write that is called as fraction. That is the form of fraction. So remember everyone, when we are writing when this problem raised, when full things are there, the problem is not raised. Here you see full things are there, full things are there. When we are finding something in that, something if you cut it, some piece if you take, something if you cut, then what do you call that as fraction? So when the object is fully taken, there is no problem. When we are taking the half of the object or something of the object, something from the object, then we can call that as fraction. So means simply we can say that we can define the fraction is a part of whole. A part of whole. From the whole objects, if you take one part, that is called as fraction. Okay, then where the fractions are located on the number line. So this is the number line. So 0 in middle, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, like that up to plus infinite. And from the left side of the 0 there will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 up to minus infinity. These are all called integers. Number line is there. Then where do we denote the numbers here? Right side there is no place, left side there is no place. Then where do you keep the number? Where do you insert the fractions here? Yes, fractions will be inserted in between the numbers. Just now I said to you 3 and half. What means 3 and half? 3 and something. So means where is that fraction? In between 3 and 4. 3 and half is in between 3 and 4. Not only 3 and 4, not only 3 and half, so many others are there. 3 1 by 4 also in between them. 3 2 by 3 also in between them. 3 10 by 12 also in between them. So like that there were so many numbers, so many fractions in between 3 and 4. Not only in between 3 and 4. In between 2 and 3 also there are so many fractions are there. In between 0 and 1 also there are so many fractions. In between 0 and minus 1 also there are so many fractions. So many means infinite number of fractions are there. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Infinite number. So how can you say this infinite number? Once you think, observe, try to get it. If I am writing it is 1 by 2. What means the 1 by 2? You will say half. Do you know what is the exact meaning of 1 by 2? 1 by 2 means one piece, half, two sides. So 3 by 4. Do you know what is the meaning of 3 by 4? 3 pieces of 4 sides. What is the 2 by 5? 2 pieces of 5 sides. This is the meaning of the fraction. 1 by 2 means, actually you know that 1 by 2 you will write like this. So you will shade like this. This is called 1 by 2. 3 by 4 means you will show like this. This is called 3 by 4. 2 by 5 means you will show like this. So 2 by 5. You will show like these fractions. When I ask you picture form, if I show, you will show like that. So what is the exact meaning of this? one piece, we are taking one piece. This is an unshaded part you are not taking. You are taking only shaded part. So one piece you have taken. In this three pieces you have taken. In these two pieces you have taken. And particularly here, okay, one piece that you have written as numerator. Three pieces that you have written as numerator. Two pieces that you have written as numerator. But down what is there here? Denominator means what do you know? Denominator is called size. This 2 is called 2 size. This 4 is called 4 size. 5 means 5 size. Maybe you are thinking 2 size means this much, 4 size means this much, 5 size means this much. Not like that. So 2 size means this is the size of the 2 size. Like this size you will get 2 size. 4 size means you will get like this. See, you are finding here when 2 size is bigger, 4 size is smaller. 5 size, you will get the 5 size like this. Again something smaller. So when number is going to be increased, the size of the piece will be decreased. So 2 size is bigger, 4 size is smaller, 5 size is smaller than this. So means you are identifying, I think you are finding when the size number is increasing, the size is not going to increase. 2 size means when one object is cutting into 2 pieces, what size will come? That is called 2 size. 4 size means when the object is dividing into 4 pieces, then one piece how much? That is called 4 size. 10 size means when one object is, means one apple is cutting into 10 pieces, what size will come? That is called 10 size. So means you can identify that when the number is going to be increased here, size increase, then that size must be decreased. Number increasing is size decreasing. Number decreasing is size increasing. So this is the actually meaning of the fraction. Whatever the fraction you have taken, any fraction meaning is what? 3 by 4 means 3 pieces of 4 size. 2 by 5, 2 pieces of 5 size. 8 by 15, 8 pieces of 15 size. 8 pieces of 15 size. 9 by 25, 9 pieces of 25 size. 9 is numerator, 25 is denominator. 9 are number of pieces you are taking and 25 is called as size of the piece. So here 8 pieces are there, here 9 pieces are there. Pieces means maybe some are small pieces, some are big pieces. One particular size must be there for that. That's why we are saying that as 8 pieces of 15 size. Here it is 9 pieces of 25 size. 8 pieces of 15 size, 9 pieces of 25 size. So this is the meaning of fraction. Here if you take the size here 1 lakh, so many fractions will form. If you take the size here 1 crore, you can see that I said to you, one apple you can cut into 10 pieces only. If you take the football, you can cut into so many pieces. If you take the planet, you can cut into crores of pieces. So that's why you can make here 1 crore also you can write. 10 crores also you can write. Means whatever the number you want, you can write it. That's why how many numbers will come in between every two numbers? Infinite numbers will come. So means, so from this what you can understand on the number line, numbers are infinite to the right side, numbers are infinite to the left side, and numbers are infinite in between any two numbers also. Okay? In between all the integers, what are there specially? Rational numbers, fractions, decimals, all are together same. Rational numbers and rational numbers will be denoted by Q. Rational numbers are fractions or decimals are in between the integers. So these all together are called rational numbers. Even 2 also rational number only. 3 also rational number only. 6 also rational number only. 6 you will say like this, 6 by 1. 6 numerator, 1 denominator. So we can write 6 as 6 by 1 as in the fraction form only. So that's why these are all are called fractions. All are called rational numbers. So that is about the rational numbers. So what is the necessity and where do you write them? How do you show them? I have explained. Now we are going to know about the another. What are the types of fractions you are finding? These all you have done, you have learned in 6th class only. Even though once again I am revising, you need to understand them. The fractions are different types are there. I will show to you. I will separate them for you. You can understand. So you see, this is the fraction 1 by 3 I have given. So try to show in the picture mode, in picture form. You know how to make the picture for 1 by 3. What is the meaning of this is? One piece of 3 sides. 3 sides means you can understand one apple is dividing into 3 pieces, that is called 3 size pieces. How many pieces are needed for us? Only one piece is needed. So that's why we will write only one piece you will show. This is called as 1 by 3. Okay, I have given to you 7 by 3. 7 is the numerator, 3 is the denominator. So try to get the meaning of the fraction immediately. Just now I said to you, what is the meaning of fraction? 7 pieces of 3 sides. 7 pieces of 3 sides. 7 pieces of 3 sides. So what are the pieces? 3 size pieces. How many pieces? 7 pieces. 3 size pieces means you know how to make the 3 size pieces. Yes, one object you will make into 3 pieces. But how many pieces are needed to us? 7 pieces are needed. How many pieces are available here? Yes, only 3 pieces are available for you. Only 3 pieces are available. Then what we will do? We will take one more object. 3 size you want. So I made the 3 size pieces here. So how many are needed to you? 7 pieces are needed. 3 pieces you have taken here. And it is 4th piece, 5th piece, 6th piece. Are they enough? No. We need one more piece. 7 pieces are needed now. So that's why we will take one more object. So 7th piece I have taken. See now particularly you find it. You have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces you have taken. And what size pieces they are? 3 size. You know 3 size means when one apple is cutting into 3 pieces, that is called as 3 size. So 1, 2, 3 apples you have taken, 3 size you made, 7 pieces you have taken. Is there any idea to you? Can you write this in another way also? Yes, you can write in another way. How you see that? There is one full apple. There is one more full apple. There are 2 full apples are there with us. So that's why I am writing here there are 2 full apples. And here this is only one piece of 3 sides. So one piece of 3 sides, we write 1 by 3. One piece of 3 sides. One piece of 3 sides. So now what it is called? 2 1 by 3. So you can write the fraction 7 by 3 in 2 ways. One way is 7 by 3, another way is 2 1 by 3. Okay, 2 by 5. What means 2 by 5? Very good. 2 pieces of 5 size. 2 pieces. Only we want 2 pieces. But what is the size? 5 size. So we need to make the 5 size pieces first. How do you make the 5 size pieces? You know. So I made the 5 size pieces. So how many pieces are needed for us? 2 pieces. The meaning of 2 by 5 is 2 pieces of 5 size. So we need 2 pieces. 1 and 2 pieces. Enough of 5 size. So completed. 2 pieces of 5 size you have taken. So what can you write? Can you write in any other form? No. There is no another form for us. I have to write 2 by 5 only. This is also 1 by 3 only. This is also 2 by 5 only. No other choice. Okay, whereas if you take, this is 13 by 5 I have given here. So what means it? 13 pieces of 5 size. 13 pieces of 5 size. This is 13 pieces of 5 size. First of all, you have to make 5 size. Because I want 5 size pieces. So create the 5 size pieces. So I have created the 5 size pieces. one object is enough to get the 13 pieces? No. In this only I am getting 5 pieces only I got. So means what should I do? One more apple I have to take. So I have taken one more apple. And again we want 5 size pieces. So make the 5 size pieces. So here again how many pieces you want? You take it. Already 5 pieces you have taken. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Enough? No. We want one more apple. We will take one more apple. So we want 5 size. Make the 5 size pieces. So how many pieces are needed to us? Totally 13 pieces are needed. Already how many you have taken? 10 pieces you have taken already. So 11, 12, 13. Enough to me. Now you say to me, can you write what can you write here? This fraction you can write any other way? Yes, you can write in another way. What is the way you can write? See here 2 full apples are there. That's why 2. And here it is part only. How many pieces are there here? 1, 2, 3 pieces. So that's why you will write as 3 pieces of 5 size. It is 5 size no? 3 pieces of 5 size. 2 full apples, 3 pieces of 5 size. See from this what can you understand? Some fractions you can write in another form also. Some fractions we can't write in another form. Some fractions you can write in only same form. But some fractions you can write in another form also. So you see here 7 by 3 we can write as 2 1 by 3. 13 by 5 you can write as 2 3 by 5. But 1 by 3 we can't write any another form. 2 by 5 you can't write any another form. The which fractions you can't write in any other form that are called as proper fractions. What do you call them? Proper fractions. So you observe the proper fractions carefully here. I have given what are the examples here? 1 by 3, 2 by 5. You see here in this numerator is small, denominator is big. Numerator is small, denominator is big. So the fractions where numerator is less than the denominator, numerator is less than the denominator are called proper fractions. So examples are like this: 1 by 3, 2 by 5. Not only like that, any fraction you can take. Numerator must be smaller, denominator must be bigger. Numerator must be smaller, denominator must be bigger. Numerator must be smaller, denominator must be bigger. Like that, if you write that, fractions are called as proper fractions. The proper fractions you can't write in another form. Only single, only that only you can write. That are called as proper fractions. Okay, then next, which you can write in another form. Which you can write in another form are called as improper fractions. Improper fractions. Improper fractions means you can find here examples I have given to you. What are that? 7 by 3 and 13 by 5. You can identify here. You see numerator is not less. Numerator is more. Denominator is less. Numerator is more. Denominator is less. So what do you write that? The fractions where numerator is more than the denominator. Numerator is more than denominator. Are called So the fractions which we can write in another form. In that you can find that numerator is bigger, denominator is small. So that's why I have given to you the fractions where numerator is more than the denominator are called improper fractions. Here some examples I have given. Not only this, you can write another example. What is the rule? Numerator must be bigger, denominator must be smaller. So like this you can write 85 by 13. Numerator is big, denominator is small. 125 by 120. Numerator is big, denominator is small. So 287 by 3. Numerator is big, denominator is small. So like these fractions if you write, they are called as improper fractions. And one more type is there, that is mixed fractions. Mixed fractions. Mixed fractions means nothing but the improper fractions you have written in the another form. That form is called as mixed fractions. So you see here 7 by 3 I have written as 2 1 by 3. 13 by 5 I have written as 2 3 by 5. So this is called as mixed fraction. Mixed fraction means nothing but you see here one number is there, integer and one proper fraction is there. Integer and proper. See, this is a proper only. Numerator small, denominator big. Integer, proper. Integer and proper fraction together. Integer and proper fraction together is called as mixed fraction. So examples you can say that one integer you say any one integer, one proper fraction you say 3 1 by 2. Again one integer, one proper fraction together 5 2 by 5 is 5 and something, 3 and something, 8 1 by 3 means 8 and something, 24 28 3 by 15 28 and something, 85 2 by 18 85 and something. One integer and one proper fraction together is called as mixed fraction. So you can understand very well here. So you see that which we can't write in another form. Only you have taken here, you see carefully, simple thing. Only one object only, in one object only if you take the parts, that is proper. When more objects are coming, more than one objects are coming, that are improper. Only single object, we are taking the pieces in one object only, that are called proper fractions. Okay? So which are, when we are taking single pieces in single object only, in one apple only, that are called as proper. You see here, in this also. When we are taking more than one apple or more than one object, that fractions are called as improper fractions. And you know, improper fractions only we will write in the another form, that is mixed fractions. Where we are taking in one object only, that is called proper fractions. If you need to take more than one objects, here you see 3 objects you have taken, in that some 2 full something you have taken, and in this 2 full and something, this type of fractions are called as improper, and improper fractions only we will write in another form, that form is called as mixed fraction. So you can say that proper fractions is the proper fractions are less than one only, not more than one. Proper fractions are less than one only, because more than one you can't take no here, more than one object you can't take. So that's why proper fractions are always in between 0 and 1. So proper fractions are always between 0 and 1, whereas improper fractions improper fractions are always more than one. Always more than one, because more than one objects you are taking improper. So mixed also called as more than one, because mixed and improper both are same only. One way, writing in one way is improper, writing in another way is called as mixed fractions. So these are the different types of fractions: proper, improper. Improper only we will write as mixed. So I think you understand very well. Just pause the video for some time and you write down these all in your notebook. This is the notes. Compulsory you should write in your classwork. So pause the video for some time and complete it in your notebook. Write in notebook. After that continue the video. Okay, now I am going to rub this. The next topic. So you have learned about the fractions of different types: proper, improper and mixed. Now I will say to you, how do you convert? He said to you, you can write the improper. Proper you can't write in any other form. Proper only. Improper fraction only we are writing in another form. That is what form? Mixed form. So how do you convert the improper into mixed and mixed into improper? That we are going to learn. How do you write the improper into mixed fraction and mixed fraction into improper? So today we are going to learn conversion from improper to mixed. I will give the improper to you, you need to convert into mixed. So I will give 3 examples to you, then you have to be practiced by taking other examples. First, conversion from improper to mixed. Improper fractions you will take, we will write in mixed. You know improper means what? Numerator big, denominator small. You see, numerator big, denominator small. 85 by 12 I have given. This is improper fraction. So how do you convert into mixed fraction? Simple way. You take the numerator and divide with the denominator. You know that 12 sevens are 84 and 1 left. Then you see this carefully. Here what are left that are full. So here what is the answer? That are full objects. So what are left here? What did you get here? Quotient 7. That's why 7 full. And how many pieces are left here? These are pieces, 85 pieces. How many pieces are left here? 1 piece. So write 1 piece up. And you know what are the piece size here? You know that what is the meaning of this 85 by 12? 85 pieces of 12 size. 85 pieces of 12 size. That's right. Here left pieces are 1 and size is what? 12. So 7 full objects, 1 piece left of 12 size. So one more example. 72 by 9. So what do you do first? 72 pieces we will divide with the 9. Okay, I have given to you, this is 75 pieces. 9 8s are 72 and 3 left. So this quotient is called full objects. How many full objects? And how many pieces are left? 3 pieces. What is the size? 9 size. Okay, this is the way of converting improper to mixed. Improper fraction I have given, we are converting into mixed fraction. So you see 25 by 3 means what you will do? 25 pieces. 3 8s are 24. 1 left. 8 full. 1 piece left. 3 size. This is the way of converting improper to mixed. This already I have learned in 6th class. Once again I am revising. And now we will learn how do you convert the mixed to improper. Mixed I will give, you have to convert into improper. Mixed fraction. Mixed fraction means you know that one number and one proper fraction. One number and one proper fraction. This is called as improper. Sorry, mixed fraction. Okay, one number and proper fraction. One number and proper fraction. So very easy to convert into improper. How do you convert? You know, this size we have to convert into number of total pieces. It's total objects. This number 25 into 5. These two we will multiply first. Then you will add with the numerator. Then by size is common. So this number is there, no number. First you multiply with the size. Then add the number of pieces. Then size as it is you write. 25 5s are 125 plus 2. 127 by 5. So 127 by 5. Okay, you see this is 8 2 by 7. How do you write? Very easy. How? 8 into 7. These two you will multiply. Plus we will add this by same size. 8 7s are 56 plus 2. 58 by 7. This is converted in the form of improper. So 12 1 by 2. So how do you convert? 12 into 2 plus 1 by 2. 12 2s are 24 plus 1 25 by 2. This is a way of converting mixed to improper and improper to mixed. So pause the video for some time and write down in your note. These examples will be helpful to you. Compulsory everyone must follow the classwork. You must write this in your classwork. When I asked you, you need to show to me complete classwork to me. So that's why pause the video and write that. After writing, continue the video. Okay, in the next video I am going to show. So first of all you have learned what is fraction, when do we say the fraction, what are the types of fractions are there, and how do you convert the fraction from improper to proper, proper to improper like that. Now after that I am going to write equivalent fractions. What means equivalent fractions? Equal. One fraction is equal to another fraction. Which fraction? So fractions are looking different, but quantity will be same. Same quantity we will show in different forms. That is called as equivalent fractions. I'll show the example you see. So you see this is the chocolate and I have taken this much. So what do you say? How much chocolate you have taken means you will say to me, sir, we will take 1 by 2 chocolate, you say. Same question, if I ask to some other, that is what Muhammad have think like this. Sir, this is the chocolate. You have taken like this, no? I will make like these pieces and I will take this much. You see, same quantity you have taken. The first candidate have taken same quantity, second candidate also have taken same quantity. But what do you call this one? You see, 2 pieces of 4 size. So we say we can write as 2 by 4 also. So 2 by 4 also you can write, no problem. Yes or no? Same quantity I am getting. Then Vasika said to me, sir, I have taken the same chocolate. This is the same chocolate or no? Same chocolate. Then I made like this and I have taken this much piece. You see, Vasika also have taken that much quantity only chocolate. Azra have taken same quantity. Muhammad have taken same quantity. Vasika have taken same quantity. But when Vasika is writing what chocolate you have taken means what she will say? Sir, I have taken 6 pieces of 12 size. 6 pieces of 12 size. So means what do you understand here? Muhammad, Vasika and Azra have taken the same quantity of chocolate, but they have written in different forms. One person have written 1 by 2, another person have written 2 by 4, another person have written 6 by 2. But these are all written in different, but quantity is same. That's why these fractions are called as equivalent fractions. So 1 by 2 you can write as 2 by 4 also, because quantity is same. 2 by 4 you can write as 6 by 12 also, because quantity is same. So means these type of fractions, the fraction which you can write in another form, but quantity same, with another numbers, but quantity same, that are called as equivalent fractions. So try to understand very well, seriously here, the fractions, how you are writing into equivalent fractions, you observe. If I multiply same number with numerator and denominator, you will get like this. You see here, 1 by 2 he got as 6 by 12 also. No? You see here, multiply numerator with 6, multiply denominator with 6. 1 6 are 6, 2 6 are 12. So means how you are getting the equivalent fractions? So we will get equivalent fractions how do you get, by multiplying same number with numerator and denominator. Not only multiplying, by dividing with same number. You see, this is 6 by 12 is there. Here to here, how do you get? You see, if I divide with 3, 6 divided by 3, 12 divided by 3. With same number I divided here. 6 divided by 3 will be 2. 12 divided by 3 will be 4. So means what can you do? You can get the fractions, equivalent fractions, by multiplying or dividing. By multiplying or dividing with the same number. Compulsory rule is same number. Same number, with the same number only. One up, one number down, not another number. Same number. With same number you can multiply or also divide to get, to numerator and denominator. Numerator and denominator. With numerator also and denominator also you have to multiply same number. You see one example. So this is 5 by 12 I have given. If you multiply with the same number with numerator and denominator, suppose if I multiply with the 3 with the numerator and denominator, what do I get? 15 by 36. This 5 by 12 and 15 by 36 both are equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions means both are same in quantity but looking different, but both are same in quantity. Same like that, if you multiply with any another number, same number but up and down, with numerator I am multiplying with 10, with the denominator I am multiplying with 10. So then I will get 50 by 120. So this is also equivalent fraction. So means you can write 5 by 12 like this also, like this also. Anyhow you can write, because these all are equivalent. Equivalent means same quantity. Same quantity. That's why 5 by 12, instead of 5 by 12 you can write 15 by 36 also. Instead of 5 by 12 you can write 50 by 12 also. 50 by 120 also. So means by multiplying with the same number with the numerator and denominator, by multiplying with the same number with the numerator and denominator, what do you get? You will get the equivalent fractions. So here you have done by multiplication. Now you see, I will give to you by. So you see, this is 120 by 180 I have given to you. So for this equivalent fractions you can create. How do you create equivalent fractions? By multiplying you can create or by dividing. You see, I am getting idea here. I can divide this with 10. Numerator also I can divide with 10. Denominator also I can divide with 10. Dividing 120 divided by 10, 180 divided by 10. So means what we get? 120 divided by 10, 12. This is 18. You see, these both are equivalent fractions. Means you can write this one, or instead of this you can write that one also, because both are in same quantity, equivalent. Means you will get the equivalent fractions by multiplying or by dividing. See here again, I can divide this with again 2 tables. 12 also can divided by 2, 18 also can divided by 2. So means 12 divided by 2 means 6, 18 divided by 6, 9. So 6 by 9, this is also equivalent to this. You see, again you can divide with the 3 table here. See, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. This is also equivalent fraction. So means 120 by 180 you can write like this also. 120 by 120, 180 you can write 12 by 18 also. You can write this one is 6 by 9 also. You can write 6 by 9 as 2 by 3 also, because everyone is equivalent. These are all equivalent fractions, so you can write in any way. So finally what do you understand? Equivalent fraction is looking different but quantities are same. That are called equivalent fractions. How do you get the equivalent fractions? By multiplying with the same number with the numerator and denominator, or by dividing with the same number with the numerator and denominator. So these are called equivalent fractions. So pause the video and note down these all equivalent fractions and examples. Pause the video and write it. After writing that, I am going for another issue. So this is making short form. Simplest form, making into simplest form. Write the fractions into simplest form. Simplest form means, so just now I have given to you. Suppose 240 by 720, the fraction I have given to you. I can make it into short by dividing the same numbers. That is called as simplification. You see here, these both numbers I can divide again. I can divide and I can make it into short. That is called as simplest form. So you see, both numbers are divisible by 10. Up also, down also. This also will be divided by 10. This also will be divided by 10. I said to you, you can write like that. You can divide and write because they are equivalent only. So divide with 10. What did you get? 24 by 72. Again observe carefully, numerator and denominator both will be divided by same number. Yes, both will be divided by 2 tables. Is it or not? Both will be divided by 2 tables. Divide it. You can divide like that because it is equivalent fraction only you will get it. So 24 divided by 2, 12. 72 divided by 2, 36. See here, 12 and 36. Again these numbers will be divided. With what table? 2 table also, 4 table also, 6 table also. Anyone your wish, you can follow any table. Suppose I am taking 6 table. Both numbers will be divided by 6 table. But condition is up also, down also same number. With numerator and denominator, we should divide with the same number, not any different. With same number you have to divide. Like that you can make the number into, make the fraction into short form. So you see 6 2s are 12, 6 6s are 36. See, again you can convert this into small. Means again you can divide 2 and 6 also. 2 also will be divided by 2, 6 also will be divided by 2. Then what you will get? 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. Here there is no choice. And finally 2 by 40 to 240 by 720 I have written as 1 by 3. This is called as simplest form. So means our fraction is converting into very simple form. How? By dividing with the same number with the numerator and denominator. You can write like that because by dividing like that, what you will get? Equivalent fraction only you will get. That's why this is equal to that one. Okay, one more example I will share to you. 18 by 54. Okay, check it. Any table will they divided? Means you need to make it into small. Means you need to divide. Divide rule is what? With both same numbers. What table? Yes, two table. Both will come in two table. Above number also divided by two table. Denominator also. So 2 nines are 18. 2 twos are 4. 1 left 42. 27s are 54. Now again, is there any choice? Yes, 9 table only is there. I can divide this with 9. I can divide this with 9. 9 ones are 9. 9 threes are 27. Finally, what did you get here? 1 by 3. This is the way of writing simplest form. This is the way of writing simplest form. So all of you note down, pause the video and note down. Okay, finally, what did you learn today? What is the necessity of fractions or decimals or rational numbers? Where do we show the rational numbers? In the number line. And how do you denote the fractions or rational numbers in the picture form? And what type of fractions are there? They are proper, improper and mixed. How do you convert improper to mixed and mixed to improper? And what are called equivalent fractions? And how do you write the equivalent fractions? And how do you make the simplest form of the given big fraction? So these are all the things you have learned, and from the next class we will continue the next class.